Did you know that Thor and Loki's rivalry was more than just mischief and thunder? It was a battle of fate, woven into the very fabric of Asgard's destiny. One was the mightiest warrior, the protector of the realms. The other, a silver-tongued trickster, always scheming, always shifting between friend and foe. Their tale begins in Asgard, where Odin, the Allfather, found a frost-covered infant in the ruins of Jotunheim, a son of Laufey, king of the frost giants. Instead of leaving the child to perish, Odin took him, raised him as his own, alongside his golden-haired son Thor. Yet from the beginning their paths were never meant to be the same. Thor was Asgard's champion, wielding Mjolnir, the hammer that could level mountains. He was destined to rule. But Loki was different. Where Thor's strength could shatter enemies, Loki's cunning could outthink them. He could weave illusions, shape destiny with a whisper, and twist truth into lies. But deep inside, a question haunted him. Who was he really? A prince of Asgard, or a stolen child of Jotunheim? As they grew, their differences became clear. Thor charged into battle with reckless fury, while Loki used his wits to deceive, to manipulate. And yet no matter how much they fought, no matter how many times Loki's tricks led to disaster, there was always a bond, fragile, unspoken, but real. One day, Loki's mischief went too far. In the dead of night, he crept into the chambers of Sif, Thor's beloved, and with a wicked grin, cut off her golden hair. When Thor awoke and saw what had been done, his rage shook the very walls of Asgard. He found Loki and swore that if Sif's beauty was not restored, there would be no place in the 9 realms where he could hide. Desperate, Loki traveled to Svartalfheim, the land of the dwarves, master craftsmen of the gods. He begged them to weave Sif's hair anew, spun from strands of living gold. But Loki, being Loki, could not resist a wager. He challenged the dwarves to forge even greater treasures, believing his tricks would win him the finest prizes at no cost. The dwarves crafted wonders: Gungnir, the spear of Odin that never missed its mark; Draupnir, a ring that dripped wealth with every cycle of the moon; and then Mjolnir, the hammer destined for Thor. But just as the final blow was struck, Loki, in a last attempt to cheat fate, transformed into a fly biting the blacksmith's hand. The hammer's handle came out too short, imperfect. Loki laughed, thinking he had tricked them. But when Thor held Mjolnir, he felt its true power. With a single swing, he could summon storms, break mountains, and crush giants. Odin declared it the greatest weapon Asgard had ever known. And Loki, he had won nothing except Thor's wrath. But despite all their battles, all their betrayals, there was one truth neither could escape. They were brothers, bound not by blood, but by fate. And when Ragnarok, the end of all things, would come, even Thor and Loki, warrior and trickster, thunder and shadow, would stand side by side, one last time.